On March 20, 2025, President Donald Trump signed a sweeping executive order. This order aims to dismantle the Department of Education. It directs Education Secretary Linda McMahon to begin the process immediately. This move bypasses congressional approval. President Trump justified this decision by citing the department's budget. He pointed out that it has doubled without corresponding improvements in test scores. This action aligns with the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, a conservative think tank. This executive order marks a significant shift in American education policy. It has sparked strong reactions from both sides of the political aisle. Critics argue that it undermines public education. Supporters believe it will streamline government and empower parents. The long-term impact of this decision remains to be seen. However, it is sure to have a lasting impact on the American education system. The order has been met with mixed reactions across the country. Supporters of the move applaud the president for tackling what they see as a bloated and ineffective bureaucracy. They believe that dismantling the Department of Education will lead to more local control over schools. Critics, on the other hand, express concern about the potential consequences for students, particularly those from disadvantaged backgrounds. The future of American education hangs in the balance as this executive order moves forward. The coming months and years will reveal the true impact of this decision on students, educators, and the nation as a whole. The dismantling of the Department of Education is a pivotal moment in American history, and its consequences will be felt for generations to come. One of the most significant aspects of the executive order is the transfer of the federal student loan portfolio. This portfolio, totaling a staggering $1.6 trillion, will now be managed by the Small Business Administration, or SBA. This move places the responsibility for student loans under the authority of SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler. The rationale behind this transfer remains unclear. However, it comes after a series of reductions and buyouts within the Office of Federal Student Aid, which previously managed these loans. This shift has raised concerns among experts and borrowers alike. Some worry that the SBA, an agency primarily focused on small businesses, may not be equipped to handle the complexities of student loans. Others question whether this move will benefit borrowers or lead to less favorable loan terms. The transfer of student loans to the SBA is a bold move with uncertain implications. It remains to be seen how this shift will impact borrowers and the overall student loan landscape. The SBA faces a significant challenge in managing this massive portfolio. It will need to develop new systems and procedures to effectively handle student loans. This move has also sparked a debate about the role of the federal government in funding higher education. Critics argue that the transfer of student loans to the SBA is a step towards privatizing education. They fear that it will lead to higher interest rates and less generous repayment options for borrowers. Another key element of the executive order is the relocation of special education oversight and nutrition programs. Both will now fall under the purview of the Department of Health and Human Services, led by Secretary Robert F. Kennedy. This move includes the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, a program that provided $15 billion in funding for special education in 2024. This transfer contradicts earlier statements from the White House indicating that IDEA funding would remain within the Department of Education. The decision to move these programs has been met with criticism from advocates for students with disabilities and those concerned about child nutrition. They argue that HHS, while a large and complex agency, may not have the expertise or focus to effectively oversee these specialized programs. There is concern that this shift could lead to funding cuts or a weakening of regulations designed to protect vulnerable students. The transfer of special education and nutrition programs to HHS raises important questions about the future of these essential services. Critics argue that this move will marginalize these programs within a department that already has a vast portfolio. They worry that this will lead to a decline in the quality of services provided to students with disabilities and those in need of nutritional assistance. Advocates for these programs are calling for increased scrutiny and oversight to ensure that the needs of students are met during this transition. They stress the importance of maintaining funding levels and upholding the regulations that protect the rights of vulnerable students. The executive order mandates the immediate implementation of these changes, setting the stage for a potentially chaotic transition period. This rapid timeline has amplified concerns about the administration's preparedness and the potential disruption to essential services for students. Critics, including Democratic leaders like House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Congressman Maxwell Frost, have denounced the order, citing potential harm to low-income families and students with disabilities. They also question the president's authority to dismantle a cabinet-level department without congressional approval. Internal sources within the FSA have also expressed surprise and concern about the speed and scope of the changes. Legal challenges to the executive order are already being prepared, setting the stage for a protracted legal battle over the future of the Department of Education and the programs it administers. The coming months will likely be marked by legal battles, political maneuvering, and ongoing debate about the best way to structure and fund American education. The dismantling of the Department of Education is just the latest development in a long-running debate about the role of the federal government in education. This debate is likely to intensify in the coming years, as policymakers grapple with the challenges of providing quality education to all students in a rapidly changing world. The outcome of this debate will have a profound impact on the future of American education.